morning, everybody. This is Rachel Haney with Central Indiana Real Estate Investors Association, also known as CYREA. And today we are here with Brian Snider from Simple Wholesaling. And he was former COO, and he is now the CEO as of, is it yesterday?
Well, Brett announced it yesterday, but it's been since June 1st. So we've kind of known it internally and stuff like that, and we decided to go ahead and announce it to everybody. But yeah, so yep, CEO now, of the Simple Teams and Simple Wholesaling. So yeah, thanks a lot for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for being here. And you're actually one of the premier vendors for CYREA. So thank you so much for being one of our premier vendors. How long have you guys been a premier vendor with CYREA?
Since I've been around, so basically for about 3 years, at least as far as I've known. So I think we've always been a vendor in some way, but I know at that time when I started kind of working with Vicky and talking to her, we became a premier vendor then, and then just volunteering and helping out wherever we could. So yeah.
Well, I definitely, I know you guys are a well-known name around here. Many people who are seeking advice and everything, your name pops up. So let's take this opportunity to hear a little bit about Simple Wholesaling, your history, and what it is that you guys do.
Yeah, so as far as our company, so Brett Snodgrass is the owner of the company. He started basically kind of in real estate investing about 12, 13 years ago. The Simple Wholesaling brand, he kind of started it's been about 6-7 years ago now. We've kind of evolved in a couple different ways, but so essentially we have 3 companies. So we have something called Simple Quarters, Simple Wholesaling, and Simple REI. So there's kind of the 3 entities that we operate off of. So Simple Quarters is what we buy under. Simple REI is kind of what we sell under, with whether it's notes, whether it's houses, properties, whatever. That's kind of our selling entity. And then we have Simple Wholesaling, which is usually what we're kind of known as in general, but it's also our education platform. So it's that's what our meetup is. We have some educational pieces that we put out. We have some free content and things like that as well. So we're kind of basically known as Simple Wholesaling or the Simple Brands, but so we like to think that we do a little bit of everything. But our bread and butter is basically we buy houses, we clean them out, and then we sell them. And then we also do some owner financing, some notes, and some stuff like that as well.
So do you have any new services, specifically this year? I don't know if it sprouted from the whole COVID or not, but do you guys have any new services that not many people are aware about that you want to share?
I don't know necessarily as new services, but we just kind of some things that we're kind of putting out there, maybe doing a little bit more. So we've kind of held like 2 of our entities, our Simple REI and Simple Wholesaling. They've kind of operated under one. We decided to be a little bit easier for everybody, or for us and everybody else too, to kind of split those into 2. So now we have we'll have a website just for Simple REI, which is going to be anything that we're selling, any of that stuff that we're putting out there. So like I said, any of our real estate stuff that if people are looking for properties, people are looking for information about neighborhoods. We have a new podcast called the Indie Investor Pod, so that's on there as well. So we're just kind of stuff that we're educating about anybody that wants to invest in Indianapolis. We'll have some notes on there as well. So that type of stuff. And then our Simple Wholesaling, that's just, we had basically separated those 2. So our Simple Wholesaling stuff is, hey, this is just education. So we have a new website that we're coming out with that as well. And that's going to be, we have Real Estate Investing Purpose with a Purpose podcast. We have a lot of free resources. We have a free ebook. We have daily vlogs that we do on there. We have Mistake Monday, Tip for Tuesday, Webinar Wednesday, Throwback Thursday, Reflection Friday. So all that stuff's on there as well. So essentially, yeah, we're kind of doing a little bit of everything, but our main goal is basically to help anybody whether you're investing, whatever you're doing in Indianapolis, we just want to help in some way. Whether you're trying to be an investor and trying to learn how to do it, whether you want to be, wholesaler, you want to invest in notes, any of those things, we want to help you out in any way. Or if you're just an investor and you're like, hey, I want to look for properties. I want to find properties, whether you're flipping, whether you're, buy and hold, whether you want to burr, any of that stuff. We probably have properties for you, or can connect you to people that I know we have great, relationships with everybody in CYREA. So I know a lot of times if we don't have a property, I might say, hey, I saw somebody else have it. Like, let me connect you with them or something like that as well. So, yeah.
Well, just basically from everything that you're saying, you kind of already answered this next question, but what separates you guys from the others? Simple Wholesaling is you guys are just well known. Everybody knows who you guys are because we're constantly talking about you guys, and if 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 somebody doesn't know about simple wholesaling, I don't really know if they can truly say they're a real estate investor in the state of Indiana.
Well,
Anyways,
I will. So that's one thing. That's that was something that I was very surprised by, because I know when I came on with Brett 3 years ago, especially when I took over kind of the sales when I was doing the dispositions for our company, like I kind of thought like, oh, simple wholesaling is pretty well known, and simple wholesaling is we're a pretty big brand around Indianapolis, or so I thought. There's a lot of people that are investing in Indianapolis that don't know who we are or what we do or how we operate. Maybe they've heard of us, but they've never done a deal with us or anything like that. So yeah, we're always looking to meet new people or connect with new people. So if you don't know about who we are or want to learn more information about us, I would love to, have a Zoom conversation or grab a coffee or a beer or something like that with you if you want to know more about what we do. But yeah, so something that kind of maybe sets us apart from anyone else. I know there's a lot of great companies here in Indianapolis. There's a lot of great companies just within Syria. And we all kind of do the same thing. And that's something that I always like to say of like, hey, if you're looking for a property, don't just buy from Simple Wholesale. I would love for you to buy from us, but don't just buy from us. A property is a property. So if you like a property, that's what you're looking for. Try to find it from us or from somebody else, and that's okay. Something we do maybe sets us apart is we're a Christian company as well. So if somebody has something going on in their life and they just need some prayers or somebody to talk to, that's the opportunity that we can bring. So I would love to pray for you. We keep a prayer board every week, and that we pray over at our level 10 meetings every Friday and stuff like that. So that's something I think, I don't know if that's probably not necessarily what Tyree is looking for or anything. That's something that I feel like sets us apart. So that's something that we do, that I know that we're a Christian company and we like to pray for people as well as they're investing. So, but like I said, there's a lot of people that do amazing things here in Indianapolis. It's a great place to invest, and we're blessed to be a part of it. And we're happy to be a part of it. So any way that we can help, we would love to connect with you. And just like I said, even if it's not something we can do, hopefully I can help you connect with somebody else that does do it.
Well, there's definitely a cohesive partnership, it seems like, with especially a lot of the major wholesalers around here. And definitely as both a member and somebody who participates in a lot of these events, it's really touching to see that yes, it's a business, we're all business oriented, but at the same time we definitely want to work together to help bring everybody up. And that's not something that you find everywhere. But from all the interviews I've been doing, everybody speaks highly of just basically how all of the real estate investment community around here is, people really want everybody to succeed overall. There's enough business to go around. So
yeah, that's a big part of it. I think it's, as far as just the investing community, we want to look out for each other and help each other out, because we want to protect the integrity of it. And I love that Syria allows us, they provide a platform for us to be able to do that, for us to be able to come together, for us to be able to meet, talk with each other. We'll share some resources. We're not going to give all of our secrets away or anything like that, but we do like to help each other out. So if I know, somebody else is struggling in a certain area or just has some questions in a certain area, I'm more than happy to, meet with them and talk with them, and whatever it may be. If it's about, acquiring properties, selling properties, any of that stuff. It's about, we're investors as well. That's what we do within our company. So, we have some rental properties as well. We manage our properties. We flip some properties here and there. We do some, just contracting with some of our properties and things like that. So we hire some of those out. We have third parties that do some of that stuff for us as well. So whatever you are looking to do, we have some insight on that. So like I said, we've been around for, in this capacity, just doing, what we've been doing now. This has been around for 6 or 7 years. And, honestly, we've bought and sold in that time. We've bought and sold over like 3,000 properties. So it's quite a handful of we have some, I guess, some experience when it comes to that kind of stuff. So we're able to help out in a lot of different ways. So yeah.
And from experience too, whenever I've emailed you, it's typically within just hours that I get a response. So if you are a listener, if you're part of the audience wanting to know, hey, is this guy legit? Will they actually answer me? He is. You send him an email, he's typically able to respond within the same day. So
yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, if anybody does have any questions or wants to, like I said, wants to reach out to me, it's Brian@simplewholesaling.com. So BRIAN at simplewholesaling.com, or just reach out to me on Facebook. A really easy way to connect with me as well.
Yep, absolutely. And I'll definitely add your email to this post. So I believe this is true, but I heard from a birdie that May was actually an incredible month for simple wholesaling. now that's kind of been in the midst of the whole COVID, but that's absolutely fascinating. And you were one of the co-hosts for Wednesday Wins. So I think right now we always want to hear the positivity. So in your opinion, what do you think were the factors for the success for Simple Wholesaling?
Yeah, I mean it's still been a good year for us, and honestly, up through January and February, we were on pace for a record year. It was our numbers were pretty awesome during those months and things like that, and then all this hit. So for March and April and May, it was a little funky, and the months were a little bit off. So really, what that does, it allows us to get into the business and realize where are our weak spots at. We realized that we were relying way too much on going through walkthroughs. We were at the point where when we were buying properties, we were like saying, hey, we have to go and walk through as many properties as we can. We have to see it. We have to do all this stuff. But really what that showed me was that we weren't qualifying all of our properties well enough before we were actually, we were spending too much time on going through the walkthroughs. And we just like, hey, we can qualify a lot of these on the phone. And then we can, from there, then, okay, let's get some pictures. Let's ask them if they can get some pictures. Maybe we'll send them a gift card. So we had to do things virtually, whereas we were basically just getting on the phone to somebody and be like, oh yeah, let me come out and check your property out. Let me walk it, see what's going on. So it just allowed us to say, hey, this was a weak spot. Let's, basically enhance this. Let's get better at this. We did that virtually. And then, by the end of, once we were into the end of April and into May, we had that system pretty much down, and we're just running with it. We're doing pretty well with it. So, lucky for us too, we live in a city in Indianapolis where, I'll knock on wood as I say this, but luckily we don't have like huge swings in the market. We're not going to have huge appreciation, but during times like this, the bottom's not always just going to fall completely out either. So we were able to do things in Indianapolis that maybe people in other cities were not able to. So people like, in Vegas or, some of the Arizona markets or, California markets, they had some trouble. Whereas here in Indianapolis, it wasn't like that. So we are very fortunate to live in this amazing city and invest in this amazing city. So I think that helped us out, but we were able to tighten up a few things as well. And then, the Wednesday Wins, it's always fun too, to, get together with, with somebody that, maybe viewed as one of our competitors, but no, that's not what Cyria promotes. That's not what the community promotes. So, I got to team up with Amy from New Paradox, and we just did Wednesday Wins. We did it for 8 weeks, and it was just like, hey, let's just shine some light on some positive things that are happening. And, I think Amy and I are talking about maybe we'll do like one a month now, just kind of keep that going and share the positive stories that are coming out of Indianapolis and real estate investors as well. Yeah.
Well, the community definitely appreciated it. It was definitely something that I know a lot of people looked forward to. We look forward to it, and we need it. We absolutely need it as a community right now. And it's just really good to see that Simple Wholesaling, along with New Paradox and multiple other large companies, are taking charge and making sure that, hey, amidst everything that's happening, let's still focus on the good. So we really appreciate that, specifically about Simple Wholesaling. Do you have any reviews that you've received that you want to share with us?
So I didn't like providing. I apologize. I didn't really provide any reviews just because you can check us out anywhere you want to. So whether it's Facebook, Google, we're accredited through the Better Business Bureau as well. So we have hundreds of reviews on Google and the BBB. So definitely go on there, check us out. But honestly, you just talk around, no matter who you're working with, no matter if it's a third party or another investor or, a wholesaler like myself or whoever it may be, just talk with other people in the community. Like, hey, have you ever worked with Brian and Simple Wholesaling before? Have you ever worked with Joe Smith Contractor before? Always, you can read the reviews, you can see what's going on there, but always just connect with people in the community as well and listen to them. What do they have to say? How do they feel about the person? And then definitely get to know them as well. Try to connect with them. Like I said, reach out to me. I'd love to have a conversation with you, whether it's on Zoom, whether it's in person, whether it's over a coffee or whatever. So that's a great way to kind of get to learn about who we are, what we do, how we operate. Those types of things are a little bit, I guess, more in depth than what you can get from a review. Definitely check out the reviews. We have hundreds of them on there and stuff like that, but don't hesitate to reach out or ask around as well.
Fantastic. All right, so last question of the day is July 9th is going to be our big event of getting back together as a Real Estate Investors Association. July 9th, do you guys plan on attending? I know I'm kind of putting you on the spot.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm excited. I'm ready to get back in person, and it's one of the things that I am excited about, and I'm excited about too, because I know. So we have our meetup tomorrow. We have the Wholesaling Made Simple meetup. It's the fourth Wednesday of the month. We're kind of planning like, hey, this is our last month that it's going to be virtual, so we're ready for July to come around. And Indianapolis is looking pretty good. I know some of the other states, their numbers with COVID are still really rising and things like that. So it's you have to be careful of that. But Indianapolis there's cases still popping up, but it's nothing like some of the other states are experiencing. So I'm excited to get back to Syria, back into the building, back to seeing everybody and connecting with everybody. I might give a fist bump or a elbow bump versus a handshake or a hug or something like that. But I'll maybe protect myself a little bit that way. But no, I'm excited to be back. And like I said, I'm excited for, the meetings, the first meeting of the month, the big meeting of the month, the masters meeting, which is the next Tuesday after that. And then I'm excited for our meetup to be live as well in July. So exciting stuff.
Yeah, well, we did too a survey, and basically 80% of our feedback said people were ready to come back and get that face-to-face interaction, which is totally different. I mean, this virtual meeting face-to-face has been a blessing, but at the same time, it's just not quite the same. So
right.
But Brian Snider, thank you so much for being on here again. We really appreciate it. I will have all of your links. You've got multiple social media platforms. I will have them on here so people can check them out easily and quickly. And make sure to follow them. Check out their Simple Wholesaling podcast. Did the name change to something else?
Yeah, it was. So we did like 206 episodes as a Simple Wholesaling podcast, but Brett changed it because we started going a little bit more than just wholesaling. So it's now the real estate investing with a purpose.
Okay.
So you can check that out. It's on iTunes, Spotify, all that stuff as well. And we also have the Indie Investor Pod. There's 30 episodes that are out. That's on Spotify, YouTube, iTunes, all that stuff as well. So definitely two great podcasts, two great resources if you are looking to get into real estate or you in real estate, looking at what to do in Indianapolis.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic. All right. Well, you have a great day, and we will definitely see you July 9th. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thanks.